Hey, what's up, friends? I hope you're all feeling well. So this is the preview of the two games on June 13th. Games that were played yesterday was between Australia and Brazil, and South Africa against China. So let's start off with the first game. So right from the get-go, we get news that Marta is well enough to play, and so she comes on from start at this game. Also, Emily Gilnick starts for Australia, and we get news that Claire Polkinghorne is going to miss the match. So this is the fourth meeting in a row in World Cup and the Olympics. In the World Cup, Brazil has won 2 games and Australia 1. So it starts off Australia playing pretty well. They have some early good looks, and in the 14th minute, Formiga gets booked. That means she's going to miss next game, and it's going to be a very important game. But we'll get to that later. Now in the 21st minute, there's a VAR situation for a penalty, but the referee comes to the conclusion that it was a handball on the attacking team. So there's no penalty. But 6 minutes later, in the 27th minute, there's a penalty for Brazil, and it looks a bit weak. There's not much contact, I think, between the Brazilian player and the Australian defenders. But she goes down, and the referee calls a penalty. And on that penalty, Marta scores, and that's a good one. Now, this is Mara's 16th goal in the World Cup, and with that, she's the best all-time goal scorer in the Women's World Cup, and she's tied overall with Miro Klose in Germany. Then in the 30th minute, Brazil gets another goal from Cristiane. Cristiane scores on a great cross from Debinha. She kind of sneaks up from behind, and then just last minute, or last second I should say, she just steps ahead of the Australian defender and headed in. No chance for the keeper. And also I want to just want you to pay attention to Tamires in the build-up to that goal. A nice little nutmeg, and that was some nice moves from Tamires. So Brazil is at this point up 2 goals. And Australia, they look stunned. From a good start, they had the first 15-20 minutes and then be down by 2 goals. Yeah, it can stun any team. But they're getting a lifeline just before halftime. And it's a goal from Caitlin Ford. It's a great battle in the box that eventually leads to Chloe Logarzo being able to head it to Caitlin Ford. And that's a nice goal, an important goal going forward. So the possessions are 50% for both teams. Attempts 6-3 for Australia, and Brazil with the only card in the game so far. So now second half, it starts off with the Brazil that makes 2 substitutions. Ludmila and Luana comes on instead of Marta and Formiga. And some question marks about these substitutions. Marta apparently not well enough to play more than 45 minutes. And Formiga, unless there's an injury, maybe they're afraid for her. Since she's already have a yellow card, maybe they're afraid because of that. But she's gonna be suspended for the next game anyways. Now, in the second half here, in the 58th minute, Australia gets the equalizer from Chloe Logarzo. It's a cross that goes past everyone and kind of tricks the keeper a little bit. And then in the 66th minute, it's an own goal from Brazil. And initially, the assistant referee called an offside on that one. But after VAR, they came to the conclusion that the Australian player didn't affect the game the play in any way. So they ruled that as a good goal, which I think was correct. That's definitely a good goal on that one. Then in the 72nd minute, Haley Rizzo comes on instead of Emily Gilnick. And then last push by Brazil, Beatriz on instead for Cristiane. Maybe you should have kept Cristiane on. Just, she scored 4 goals so far in the tournament. Why not keep her on? Unless she was, out of gas. Then Andressa gets booked in the 85th minute, and 2 minutes later, Luana gets booked as well. And Australia makes a last substitution. In the last minute, Carly Rosbacken comes on for Caitlin Ford. And as I talked about yesterday, I don't really understand these late substitutions unless someone's injured or totally out of gas. So the possessions were 51-49, and attempts 9-12, on target 5-4, block shots 1-4, cards 3 for Brazil, and saves 2-3, corners 4-3, and offsides 1 for Australia. So it's an important game for Australia, and they definitely answered the call. And going forward in this group, I think Australia got themselves in a very good position. So what a total turnaround of events here compared to after the first game. After the first game, coming off a loss against Italy, it looked pretty dark. But now all of a sudden they're actually looking good to win this whole group, depending on the results today between Italy and Jamaica. So going forward, Brazil all of a sudden they're in a tight spot here. So we'll see. They have to beat Italy, and that's not that easy. Depending on Italy, of course, if they win tonight's game, they might rest some players. It's going to be a tough game for Brazil, I think. No. Next here, South Africa against China. So it was a must-win game for both teams. And China, they announced that Wang Yan and Li Ying they start this game. And for South Africa, Bambanani Mbane starts the game. And since Spain lost last night, now with the winner here, if China wins, they can get a final game there against Spain, with a winner goes on to the next phase. So it's a cautious start from South Africa. China has a lot of possession, and in the 6th minute they have a good cross in, but the South African keeper comes out and plays that ball very well. Then in the 33rd minute, Gu Yasha with a good shot. Then in the 40th minute, China scores the first goal of the tournament. It's Li Ying. It's a nice pass from Zhang Rui. And then in the 42nd minute, Wang Chanchan with a header. It hits the bar, bounced down the goal line, and on replay we can see it's barely, but it's not over the line. It never crosses the line, so no goal there. And possessions for first half is 43-57, and attempts are 1-12 in favor of China. So that's the first half, a good first half from China. And South Africa, they need to get some more possession, try to maybe get some more speed, pace up front to threaten China a little bit and back. So in the 63rd minute, South Africa gets the first shot on goal. It's a weak shot and easy save for. It's just right on the keeper, and it bounces a couple of times before it comes to the goal. And then in the it's first there in the 60th minute, Jermaine Supazembe comes on instead for Ore Fuluturilu. And then 65th minute, Lu Jihui comes on instead for Gu Yasha. And then in the 72nd minute, Leandra Smeda comes on instead for Sibulele Holveni. And then in the 78th minute, Yao Wei comes on instead of the goal scorer Li Ying. And then in the 81st minute, Yang Li on instead for Wang Yan. And then the last push from South Africa here. They make another substitution. Linda Mutalo instead for Philo Jane. Then in the 83rd minute, Noko Matlu is booked. And then in the 85th minute, there's a good header from Wu, but a good save from Kaelin Swart in the South African goal. It was a really nice save to keep South Africa in the game. And then in the last minute of the game, Young Lee comes free, but another good save from Swart. She had a good game, and she's the reason that when China only got 1 goal, because South Africa, they were not good enough to be able to threaten China. So nice win for China, and this puts them in a pretty good position going forward in this group. Now the possession here was 47 to 53. Attempts 5 to 17. On target 1 to 3. Blocked shots 0 to 5. Cards, only 1 card in this game for South Africa. Saves 2 to 1, and corners 3 to 7. And offsides 2 each. So that means South Africa most likely are out. They need to beat Germany, and they need to beat Germany with many goals, and then hopefully the one or either Spain or China wins their game with a lot of goals. Then maybe they can claim that third spot, and then be one of the 4th best third place teams. But that's a long shot. For China, on the other hand, now they have all in their own hands. A good result against Spain, a win, will see them through. But it's gonna be a tough game. Spain is a lot better than than South Africa. So it's gonna be tough. So there you have it. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next.